this morning. Prayerfully, this video finds you exceptionally well. You saw the title. Some come as blessings, some come as lessons. Yes, people, you may have an exceptional where you've been friends with someone since you were small, but for the most part, friendship is like a revolving door, right? Sometimes they last a year, sometimes 6 months, sometimes they last 5 years, sometimes they last 10 years, and they just dissolve eventually. And we wonder why. But I feel like God orchestrates those relationships because sometimes people come as a blessing and sometimes people come as lessons. And when that season is up, it's time to go. And maybe you've been on the other end where you visit a church or you were in somebody's life and you just felt like that it was time for you to move on for whatever reason. Maybe you had a falling out. Maybe it was just time for you to just move on because maybe that person was pulling on you so much, and then you get to a point. God can assign you to help someone, but when that season is up for helping someone, then you begin to worry, and then you begin to feel like, my God, it's burdensome to me. Why? Because that season is up, that assignment is up, and if you operating outside the will of God, it's going to wear you out. So maybe you right now trying to hold on to something when God is saying, let it go. Some people come in our life, as I stated, as lessons, right? They challenge us, they make us so mad, and sometimes we really can't see the benefit during the time they're in our life. Oh, we just see this person getting on our nerves. Oh my God, this person. But you know what? Years later on down the road, when that person is gone, you look back, you say, you know what? That person challenged me, but I developed some patience. She showed me, or he showed me myself, and I didn't want to see it, but they told me. I got mad. It's just like growing up. When our parents used to get on to us and whoop us and spank us, and we thought they were trying to kill us. Some of us thought our parents didn't like us, but later on, we see the lesson, and you say, okay, I see why we get those whippings now. I'm glad my mama whipped me now, my grandmother whipped me, because I'm the man or I'm the woman I am today because of that. But right then, we don't want to admit it. We ain't going to acknowledge. When somebody tell us the truth, we get mad. We're not going to acknowledge right then, right? Because we got pride, we're angry, and we don't acknowledge the truth with those emotions. But later on down the line, when we calm down and we miss that person, we begin to see the lesson into it. And also, people come as a blessing. Many of you might say, well, you know what? I remember this person 15, 20 years ago came in my life, and I haven't heard from them since. And this is how, she introduced me to my spouse. I've heard situations like that. I'm married today because of that person. Well, that person come to you as a blessing. So some people come as lessons, some people come as blessings. And sometimes that season doesn't last forever. That season is up, and they have to go on, to the next chapter of their life. And you might, be like that too. Have you ever just gone to a church and you've gone there to minister or to help out or to get fed or whatever the case is, and God is telling you, hey, my season here is up. I need to grow and develop further, and I need to go somewhere else. And I know sometimes pastors and members, they take it personal. I understand that, but it's nothing against them. It's just time for me to develop. God has something more. Yes, and that has happened to me. I'm a hard worker. I feel like, when I go to a ministry, I give it my all, whether it's singing, worship, doing the music and preaching, teaching Bible study, whatever it is. I love to do what I do, and I know that's a valuable asset to ministries. And ministries have been great to me. I've learned and I've grown in various areas, but then God may tap you on the shoulder and say, okay, time up. I need you to go to this next ministry here so you can learn something else, or so you can be a blessing to someone else. You served here at this capacity. If you served in this place and space long enough, it's time to move on. Sometimes God will tell you that. And people may not understand it, when it's time for you to depart. And they might take it personal. They might get very upset. Sometimes they don't even speak to you anymore, right? They just don't understand. But when it's time for them to move on, they'll want you to understand, though. So that's what I'm talking about when people come and go. You know, friendship is like a revolving door. You know, they come and go. So when people come and go in your life, don't fight it. Just look at it as it's God's plan. I like to believe that God orchestrates these things, whether you know that friend departs your life because of an argument or falling out, whatever it is. Maybe God was telling you to leave that friendship way before you had an argument, but you didn't do it. So this argument had to happen in order for the friendship to end or whatever, you know. So just kind of look at it like that. But there's one thing I want to say, friend. There is someone who will never, never, never leave you. Ooh, hear me, friend. You hear what I'm saying? His name is Jesus. Yes. Or you may say the Holy Spirit. He went away, but he said, I'm going to leave another comforter. My God, today. Ooh, I'm going to leave a comforter who will never leave you. He will be with you even until the ends of the earth. And Deuteronomy 31:6, this is what God was talking to his people. He said, I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. Friend, there's somebody who will be constant in your life, and his name is Jesus. He'll never leave you. I pray that this exhortation bless you this morning. In the meantime, be at peace and not in pieces. Till next time, my friend.
You were right there beside me. Yes, you were every step of the way. You were right there beside me. Yes, you were every step of the way. Ooh, every step of the way. You said you'll never leave me.